Well, the GadFly is interesting because it's yet another version of the black and peacock. It's one that was devised by G.A.D. Yule and tied for him by Max Christensen. And basically all it is, it's got a gold tag made up of the ribbing, a reasonably thick peacock herl body, a throat hackle, and then a couple of turns to make the throat hackle, and then 4 turns of a slightly bigger hackle, roughly the same size that we use for the other fly, to fly the wing. And what they do is just collect, well, you know how the throat hackle works. You just pull it down and tie it so it all faces towards the hook point. And basically the wing is tied exactly the same, except pulled up in the opposite direction to make a wing. So it's just another variation of a black and peacock, and it's just another little technique that's worth having a look at, I reckon. So it's just black thread, start.
What size hook, Tony?
Pardon?
What size hook?
Usually 8, 10 sort of thick, but you can tie it as small as you like. 12 would work too. When you see what it looks like, it's really nothing more than just a little wet fly. It's got no, other than the techniques for tying it, it's got no remarkable things about it at all. And the techniques aren't all that remarkable. They're just techniques that we don't use much anymore. So tie in the gold rib, and as usual, I tie it the full length.
Is that a B830, Tony?
That one actually is one of Laurie's. It's a 3665B Limerick from Mustad.
Right. I don't have one of those.
Now I've tied that in to about the hook bend. Take it down the hook a bit further so that you can get 4 ties, just close tied gold of your rib. You can see I'm just tying it off the end before I get to the bit that I've covered in thread. So there you are. There it is, left there hanging.
It's interesting because that's Noel Jetson does that to his red tags.
Yeah, and some people do it for what's the doesn't matter, but the peacock, the black and peacock fly that preceded the red tag, but
Cocky Bonder.
So,
anyway,
Tony, have you done a couple of turns around the bend of the hook there with the wire, have you?
Yes, 4 turns.
Right.
4 turns after gone back beyond where I tied the thread in, and then just ran it round the bare hook 4 turns and brought it back.
Okay, cool. Damn it.
And now it's just a peacock herl body, 4 strands of peacock herl. I do what I always do. I put 2 one way and 2 the other, just to strengthen them up. So I've got 2 butts and two tips. Tie them in. come back, and if you are of the ilk where you like to spin your peacock herl, make a dubbing loop. I just wrap mine round the thread before I make the loop. Take the thread up underneath and lock it off. Get the spinner. Basically wind forward with a reasonably close turn so you make a reasonably thick peacock herl body. Leave enough room for your throat hackle and for your wing. And then reasonably closely rivet with your gold rib the opposite direction that you tied it in. So I've probably put about 6 turns along there. Depend on the size of the hook though. But that's just break off your rib. And again, we've got a feather where the things just go about the length from the eye to the hook. So we're using that for our throat hackle. Basically, tie it in, cut off the bits and pieces. And you only need 2 turns. So 1, 2 full turns. 2. Cut off the hackle. And any of the stray bits that have proceeded out the front that you don't want. And then just use your thumb and your forefinger, stroke it down on a 45-degree angle. So you've got your throat hackle. There's a stray there that can go. Right, and basically you want something that's, I might have a bit long there. I'll have to find another slightly shorter hackle. Right, I think I might have one.
Are they black hackles, Tony?
Yeah, still black ordinary hackles. So
Yeah.
take off the fluffy stuff at the front as usual. Tie it in basically the same way that you tie the other one in. And you need about 4 turns here. Okay. And you've got your 4 turns in, just tie it in. I use probably about 4 turns to tie it in, so hopefully it doesn't come undone when you try to manipulate it. Get rid of all the ones that haven't behaved. And basically what you're doing then is pulling it up. Hopefully you're pulling it up, pulling the ones up that you're supposed to be pulling up and not your throat hackles, which I've just started to do. So no, they're not throat hackles. Just rip them off. And once you think you've got them up to the top, which I think I've done reasonably successfully, just wind them off and make a reasonably neat head. It's supposed to have a relatively large head. And it doesn't matter if there are fibres along the side, because they suggest that that's also something you should aim for. So it's basically a fairly simple little fly. Then just do your head.
Can you hear me, Aspro?
Take it off and just put it in this little beast here so I can.
Thumbs up, thumbs up. There's Andrew, not me. Right. Okay. Well, thanks, old boy. Enjoy.
So Tony Dell's tying. And where's the stack of people?
Right, so there it is. So not a very difficult or different fly really. It's just another blackened peacock.
Nice work, Tony Dell.